All right, guys, in this episode, we are going to make a loading screen, and we're going to put a trigger box. We're going to walk into it, and it's going to show for a few seconds, and then it's going to take us back to our game. It's going to be really easy, guys. Probably the easiest loading tutorial you'll find, so stay tuned. It's going to be fun. All right, guys, we are going to make a loading screen. All right, so the first thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to want to create that screen itself. And just trying to think what we would want to do here. I think I'm just going to get like a picture here for like the background. I mean, you don't have to do all this, but just to make it look somewhat decent. So let's like get a picture of it, and I'm just going to like screenshot this, like hold on, F11, and then just kind of, you know, screenshot this. This will work. All right. So now that we've done that, let's just go down here to our content drawer, and right here in our content folder, let's just right click and create a new folder, and we'll name it UI. And you can open that up and right click there. Let's create another folder, and we'll just name this loading underscore screens. And then if if you're a member on our Patreon, you want to just get this and drag this over, you can just migrate this whole UI folder and it'll already be set up for your game. So, all right, right click. Once you're inside of the loading screen folders, and we want to go down to user interface, widget blueprint, user widget, and we'll just name this WBP for widget blueprint, loading screen. Yeah, that'll be fine. You name it, whatever you want to use it for your game. All right, and we'll just go ahead and save that, and we'll open this up. And what we're looking for here is, first thing we want to do is we want to bring in a canvas panel. So let's get this canvas panel here, and let's drag it in. And then from here, we're going to want to drag an image in here. And it's for the anchors. We just want those anchors to fill the entire screen. And once you do that, you can just like click these offsets here, and you can fill the whole screen up with this. And just make sure all these are on 0 so it fills the whole screen. And then for the alignment, just make sure 0.5 is on there for it, and everything will be good. All right, so as far as for our image at this point, we can go back in our UI folder, and let's just create a new folder inside a loading screen. We'll call it images, and I'm going to get that screenshot now that I just took, and I'm going to drag it in. So go to wherever your screenshots or whatever, you know, pictures you want to use, and go find it, which mine's going to be right there. Yep, that'll work. We'll just drag that in here, and now we have it. All right, compile and save. All right, and now we just got to go over here and find our image, which is right here under appearance and brush, and we didn't rename it, so it should be like screenshot. Yeah, screenshot 87. All right. Now, like I said, this is just for, you know, kind of showing you how to do this. You can, you know, get all this off if you want, make it smaller, but this is just for, you know, proof of concept stuff. So you know how to do this. All right, and you can adjust the image size if you want, you know, make it bigger and stretch it smaller or whatever, if you want to do that, or you can just kind of keep it, you know, what it was, which is exactly what I'm going to do. Okay, from here, the next thing that we're going to want is we're going to want just a regular text box, and we'll just drag it in here, and we'll set the anchors to it like somewhere in let's say in the center of the screen. We'll do it there, and let's just make sure that this block is actually going to be centered where it's supposed to be. All right, and just pull this out over here, and I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. to here. Yeah, we'll just make it really big. And for the color, I don't know, let's make it like this. We don't want blue. It'll contrast a little bit. We'll just do like this, like really dark red color, I guess. And then, and this is just text, so it doesn't really matter how you do it how you want to. And from here, just in this text block, we'll just put like, say, loading. All right, and now we just need to make that centered, and you can put shadow colors and all that. And we want to make it a little bigger too, so I'm gonna try, what about 48? See what that looks like. Even bigger, maybe 72. Yeah, I'm gonna make it bold and italicized. Bold. That'll work. So I just went and used the default editor font and used this bold contents to italicized one here. All right, so I'm going to pull this over just a little bit so it's right there in the center of the screen. And yeah, I'm just going to reset this actually with the anchors until I get it exact, and then I'll just kind of pull it out here to about there. And then my anchors are getting in the way. And to about here. And actually, let's move this text to the left side because we're going to put our little loading symbol there. So let's move it over here. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. And then let's just like perfectly center that with the anchors. All right. And from there, we're going to want, let's compile and save that. We're going to want this, it's called a throbber. It's T-H-R, yeah, throbber. And just grab that throbber right there, and there's a circle and one too, but I'm just going to grab the regular throbber and just pull it in to about right here. All right, and we're just going to set this here, and we're going to pull it out. Let's make sure that it's also a child. It is, okay. All right, and we're going to pull this out right here, and now we've got a couple things that we can do. We can, you know, make it, you know, there's only 3 right now. We can make it like 5. We got a bigger box, so we can make it like 10 if we wanted to. And, but yeah, that's fine. And then you can animate it horizontally, vertically, and all that. As far as the color goes, let's go and let's do our red again, I guess. Yeah, that looks pretty good. All right. Very basic, but it works. Okay, compile and save, and now we have our loading screen. Oh, and as far as your throbber, make sure its anchors are also in the center of the screen. Very important. Okay. And now that we have that, let's pull this to the side real quick. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make a trigger box, and I pulled this little block out right here, but we're going to make a trigger box that when we walk into this box here, that it shows like our loading screen. And what we could do, and I don't think there's another level that comes into this base package here. I don't think so. Let's see. I mean, I guess we could just reopen the level, but yeah, if you want to know how to change levels, then I've got a tutorial for that on the channel. But so what we want to do now is we want to go over here into our UI folder in our loading screens, and right here just go ahead and create a new folder, and we'll just name this trigger box. Okay, open that up, and then we're going to right click, create a new blueprint class. This is going to be an actor because we're going to need to place it in the world. and we'll just name this trigger TB for trigger box, TBBP trigger box blueprint, and then we'll just name this loading screen. All right, open this up, Control Shift S for save. And what we want to do here in our components panel is just go over here to add, and we're looking for a box collision. So just go ahead and add that box collision there. We'll go ahead and set the scale a little bit bigger, maybe to around, we'll say 5 across the board there. And we want to go over here and we want to make sure that we have generate overlap events on, and we do. So that's good to go there. And then from this point here, just go ahead and click on this box, scroll on down to the bottom, and on component begin overlap, which is going to be us. We just want to go from this, click on that. Maybe I've done that too quick. If you missed it, I'll go back and show you real quick. Let's see. Yep. If you missed it, just go down here, click your box, go over here, and just hit this on component, begin overlap, little plus, and it'll take you where we just went. All right, and from here, we want to go from other actor because we want to make sure that we're the only ones that can do it. So we pull off here, and we're going to cast to our BP third person character. All right, and at that point, I always do this just to be safe. We might need it later. Promote this to a variable, make sure it's set, and now compile and save. So what do we want to do? All right, so when we overlap that box, this box right here, when we walk through anywhere to the inside of this box, we want this loading screen to play. All right, and then after that, we'll get it to do something else. If you want to go to another level, so say like you put this box right here like on a door or something like that, so when you walk through that door, it opens a new level. This is how you would do that. And this is a really easy way. There's other ways, but these are really, really easy ways of doing things that a lot of people, I think, make really hard. That is actually, there's easier ways and simpler ways to do things. Okay, so after this, all we want to do is we just want to pull off here, and we want to create the widget, and that widget class is going to be the one that we just made, which was WBP loading screen. And from owning player, we can just search get owner, get owning player, and actually I think we need to get the player controller. There's a couple ways to do this, but let's see. Yeah, let's get the player controller. So get the player controller there. And at this point, same thing, right click the return value, promote it to variable. We'll call this WBP loading reference. All right. And from this little output you have right here, just scroll over and pull over and just put add to viewport. Okay. Now, once we do this, depending on how long you want it to be on there, considering we're not going to be traveling to a new level and doing all that in this episode, we'll just set like a certain amount of time, and then we'll make it disappear. So right now, let's just pull off from our add to viewport here, and let's just add a delay, and let's just have this delay on here for, say, just so we can see like the loading bar and everything, make sure everything's good. We'll put it for like 5 seconds. And then when that is finished, just go ahead and drag from here again from your variable. And we just want to search at that point, remove from parent. All right. And that should work. It should be it. There is one thing we might need to check, but first we'll try it out. So go ahead and grab your TBBP loading screen and pull it in, and we'll just set it like right here in this corner here. You can just, you know, pull it up, make sure it's where you can walk in. Okay, and save, and let's check see if this works. If it doesn't work, we might have to fix something on our player, but let's just see. All right, so we're here, and now when we walk in, hey, there we go. Simple as that. So I guess in 5.7 it is already on there, and you see it played for 5 seconds, and then it's done. And then you go again, and it plays for 5 seconds, and then it is done, and you're right back. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. That's making you a loading screen in the game. Very, very simple. Essentially a widget and a trigger box, and you got loading screens. And so yeah, please like and subscribe to the channel. If this helped you, you can get these project files right here, match it up. You can get all this on our Patreon. Please go and support the channel. We'd really appreciate it. We also have a free Discord service, so if you get stuck, all this stuff is on the channel, is also probably in the description. So if you get stuck or anything, we got a lot of devs in there that could help you out. So thanks a lot, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.